What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Man, what is that? What's up, everybody? What the hell is that? What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Back up here on the lake today, guys, doing some fishing. Boy, it's been a while since I said that because it's been a while since I made a video. I have just took it easy this January. Take it easy. It's been cold. I don't like fishing when it's super cold. It's been like really cold around here. So we got a little cold snap here, or a little warm snap that's coming. Looks like it's going to be warm for the foreseeable future. Spring is just around the corner, guys. Remember when I was saying, oh, winter's coming, and then now spring's coming. It's coming, guys. I appreciate y'all for watching. It's not far away. We're getting a nice warm snap here going forward. About to get some rain here in the next few days. Got some cloud today. Not any wind. I wish I had some wind. But I wanted to fish something today that I've been watching for about a year, about 9 months or something. I watch Zal Dangerous's YouTube channel. And this guy's, I don't know if y'all know who he is. He's kind of, he got brought on, he fished the he's the one that got me into fishing the mag draft last year when I was like watching, trying to learn more about fishing bigger swim baits. But yeah, guys, he is a big swim bait fisherman. I started watching him last year, and I was trying to learn more about mag drafts, just big swim bait fishing, because I really want to get into it. And I come across this channel and I started watching him. This guy is a stick. He's an Elite Series Bass Pro. He is really good, and he started working on, he left Mega Bass, which he fished for I don't know how many years. I didn't watch him before. I started watching him last year, so I'm not sure how long he was with Mega Bass. But he left and went over to Bass Mafia, and then they gave him, well, it was Lunkers from Lunkers TV, or, well, Rob, what is his name? Rob Turkler or whatever. He owns Guggen Squad and all that. He gave him permission and pretty much just let him work on his own swim bait. So I watched him. He come out with the hookless, what was it called? It's the Dangerous Swim Bait. This is the loaded version. About 9 months ago, he came out with the regular version. And then this was the one I was really waiting on, because I felt there's two reasons I really was waiting on. The one, it's already rigged and I like the line through of it. I thought it was really cool, and I thought the technology was really cool. But mainly is I knew he would make a good swim bait, because this guy's really, if you watch his channel and how he is, he's very meticulous and very good at what he does. He's a very good big swim bait fisherman. And I was really excited about this due to the fact that it come out with a loaded version. I fish, as y'all know, this deep reservoir here. You know, I'm fishing 35, 40 feet of water most of the time. And in the spring, I do really well with that mag draft because they pushed up and they're spawning. But a lot of times they're hanging on these ledges 20 feet deep. I can see them on the live scope. That's why I do pretty good with throwing a jig and stuff like that. So I wanted a heavier action swim bait. I wanted something that would get down, and with this version, it is much heavier, so it can drop a lot better. And supposedly, and I haven't fished it yet, and that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to fish it, and we're going to try to catch a fish on it. I don't want to hold my breath. It is January still, but there is possibility. This lake hasn't seen a lot of pressure here lately. Things are starting to change, and I know the fish know it because of the light of the day. But this swim bait is really nice. Now, a lot of people compared it to a mag draft, and it is very similar to a mag draft, but he added this through line technology. It's got a harness inside of it molded in, and it has a big hook that comes out, a big flipping style hook, and it has a little harness that goes through, and the line goes through the nose, and it comes out. And that way, what it is, and I've lost fish too that I haven't shown on the channel on the mag draft, where they hit the thing and then they shake off. You know, they'll hit it and then they'll use the inertia of the lure, because it's such a big lure. The mag draft, they'll sling it. With this, the line will go up, the lure will go up the line, and bow, you got to pin. Kind of like how when I fish the goat or something, it always slides up. It's the same thing. But with this, there's two things I hate about the mag draft. One, it's a shallow running bait, so it only run about 5 feet or so, and you got to really just wait. If you want to drop it deep, you got to wait a long time. It's kind of wonky when it drops. This has got a weighted belly, so as it drops, it'll drop nice and smooth. He says it drops really even, and he worked on this for about 2 years. So hopefully that is the case, that it falls nice and even, because out here, a lot of times if I run a swim bait and I drop it along these ledges, that's when I'm getting hit, when it drops down. So I'm hoping this thing stays nice and even and falls evenly down and swims down. That will make it awesome. And a second thing is, is with this, you've kind of got to retrieve it at a certain retrieve to get that nice kicking, wobbling action. With this thing, supposedly you can kick it up a little bit and it still stays nice and true and everything. Supposedly it's got something to do with the way he designed the boot tail. This is a more triangular and this is square. We won't get into all those techniques, but mainly we're just going to fish this thing and see how it does. I'm very excited to fish this. I actually was paying a lot of attention to this bait leading forward. I really like that guy's YouTube channel. He's a big YouTuber. He's a hell of a fisherman. He's a big bass. He's on Bass Elite Series. He fishes with all those guys. He's part of Guggen Squad as well now. But yeah, guys, we're just going to fish this thing and see how it goes. I'm excited to fish this thing. I've been watching his channel for about a year now. And I've heard him talk about this thing. I've seen him show it off. I've seen him catch fish with it. And now we got one in hand, and we're going to fish with it today and see what we can do with it. Check it out. And if that doesn't go through, just to where we have a video put out, we may run to the upper end of the lake and catch some freaking perch or something. But I just want to throw this thing around for a while, see if we can't catch a fish with it. And I feel like out here, if I use my live scope and I run up on these edges, maybe, just maybe, and if not here, I got another spot up the lake that may hold a big largemouth that may swing on this thing. So we're going to see what we can do. See if I can get the colors right. I have 3 different colors. This color is just kind of like a natural all-around color. This is like a chartreuse herring style. I think it's called a blueback herring, which is in this lake. And I know that's another thing I like about this thing is the shape of it. It's very herring-like, kind of bass-like too. They need to make a little baby bass version, which would be really awesome. Little spotted bass. Man, these largemouth up here. And they have, which is a more trout version. Kind of a trouty version of this thing. Let's see if I can show y'all. Sorry, guys. Pop it out of the thing. But it's more of a clear water. All these are semi-clear water because that's what I fish. But I think I'm going to throw this one because we got some stain in the water. And I'm going to be dropping it about 20 feet. And I want a little bit of color to it. So we'll start off with this and see how it goes. I appreciate y'all for watching. Let's throw this thing around. Can be exceptionally good. First snag. I need to get some of the unloaded. That loaded version slaps that water when it hits. So far it's not been very weedless. I mean, it's probably weedless, but it's not very brushless. I tell you what, first impressions with snagging on sticks is it's a little stick snaggy. God, it cannot, and I mean it cannot go through any brush, period. And that's not good. Like that is something that's not good to me. I do not like that at all. I mean, it can't go through brush at all. Frustrated. I just lost one of these. The heavier version has a major downfall. It gets snagged really deep. That one wasn't even snagged that deep though, but it just can't handle brush very well. God. Snag city with this thing. I mean, it gets snagged extremely easy. I mean, it really does. This deep version does. Now, I'm going to test those. I don't have one. I'm going to test those. But it does. This version gets extremely... I think it's just weight hitting the long... I don't know. But it's snaggier than a mag grab. And that's true. It seems like it. And there's a hook on the bottom. Seems like the mag grab rolls over stuff on its side. This thing flips. Every time this thing... Now it sucks because I hate giving like bad reviews, I guess, or like talking down on something, not knowing if it's just because of the weight. Because it could just be because of the weight of that thing. But when I run one of these, I hook it like this. So the two hooks are like that. And in my mind, I could swear that this thing's not nearly snag is that thing, but I may be wrong, so we're going to see. I feel like I throw this thing around, and a lot of that I'm thinking is due That's not the knot I would normally tie for this bait, by the way, but a lot of that, God, don't you hate when you do that? Tie a knot and then you cut the wrong line because you're talking about stuff. But like this mag draft, I fish it around a lot of brush. Like that, I just hit brush there. I went over the same stick. Let's turn back around. It didn't get snagged. Now you think with the hooks being on the bottom, it would be just as snaggier, you know, or snaggier. Hang on, look, so coming through the water too. They look identical coming through the water. That looks great coming through the water. But if it don't go through brush like I want it to, it's almost worthless to me. I spend more of the day unsnagging myself. I really got to get the unloaded version and test this. Because like that's a prime example of that. I don't know if y'all can see that. But that branch right there. I go and I hit something like that with that and it gets snagged. I went over that. But this thing's only a couple of feet out of the water. I needed to hit stuff. I really like the color of this mag draft too. I think in the color department, they're lacking a little bit. See, look at that. I hit that log, it rolls over. Goes back to swimming. Oh, it's good in the water. So I've really got to get the unloaded version. Like that right there, I would snag. Look at that, tapped right off of it. Man. Alright guys, well I'm going to call that a video. I didn't catch any fish with this thing today, but it's kind of to be expected. I may run around and fish a little bit more with it, but I'm going to try to make another video because I haven't been out in a while. And we're going to do it to it. But it's not a bad bait. It looks great in the water. It really does. I think it has a time and a place. I wish they had a little bit better color selections. They need to work on the color, which they will. I'm sure they will with time. But them talking about Rob and they made that video hating on the 6 cents bait stinking. This thing stinks. It's this color. This color is very strong. It stinks. But mainly that's not a big problem. The biggest problem, which it can affect fishing, but it looks great. The action of it, what I want to do with it is great. But one thing about this thing, and I fished next to it and I threw the mag draft. Now it could be that this is the loaded version. It's heavy and it's hitting the log and it's rolling a lot just due to the weight. So we're going to come back to this. So I'm not saying this as a knock on this and, you know, hate on it, but it does get snagged. It snags, it rolls and snags. It snags a lot. I snagged in an hour, I snagged probably 20 times with this thing. So if you're fishing deep brush, this thing's going to snag. I mean, it just is. That hook is going to snag. It does. It snags. It rolls. It hits brush. I wanted to use this for fishing deep brush, but you're going to really have to go on the outside. If you go through it, you're going to snag with this. I mean, it's going to happen. They need to make, if they had like a weedless version of this, these deeper versions with a little weed keeper on it, it may affect the bite a little bit or how it hooks up, but I don't think so. You're using heavy gear. You can really land and put some weight on it, but this thing snags up. It does. Bad. Really bad. Especially in shallower water. I mean, this is still 15 feet here, and anytime I hit brush, it's snagging. We're going to end the video here. We'll come back later and make another video probably in another week or so and get the other version, throw it around, compare snaggability. That's what matters to me. I fish a reservoir with a ton of laydowns. I mean, it's all laydowns. So something that snags all the time wastes my time, and it just frustrates the hell out of me. So it makes it hard to fish. So we'll come back to that later on. Still overall, the way it swims, the action, the way it falls looks great. Excuse me, guys. My throat got a little messed up. It's wintertime. But the way it falls is great. The way it falls down looks amazing. I mean, it looks great. If you have a fish that are suspended or sitting towards the bottom, that thing falls down in front of them, they're going to hit it if they want it. If you got your colors right. Looks great. So it has a lot of positive to it. But that negative is that hang-up, man. That hang-up. It doesn't matter if the hook's on top or on bottom. It's got to do with the way it hits and rolls over. I don't know. It's just snagging a lot for me. So, I don't know. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, I make videos, have for years. Make a lot of fishing videos. Shout out to Akuma. I always give praise to Akuma because they give they help me out. So I appreciate Akuma for helping me out. And I appreciate y'all guys for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be back real soon to make another video on this thing and try to see if we can catch some fish with it. It's just not the right time. I'm going to run up here, do another video, try to catch some fish. I appreciate y'all for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. I'll see y'all guys again later. Y'all guys take it easy. Watch this. Whoa. All right, guys. See y'all.
Thank you.